Man, so the tale of the conch fritters. Yeah, I was goofing around on a Vomit Mom video, and she was saying stream of conch, and I couldn't resist. I think it's all those years of watching SpongeBob SquarePants, like, to the conch mobile, and made me think of that trip we took to the Bahamas many years ago. So here's what happened. So we've got, and I don't care if anybody knows the city. So we've got some real good friends over in Madeira Beach, and reason I don't care is there's like a toll to get to the area that they're in anyway. Fun fact, for those of y'all scoring at home, Crazy 45 Cat lived there also, which it doesn't matter that I tell you that he's done passed away. So, anywho, there's a very, very good seafood restaurant there, and just absolutely out of this world. And they do the conch fritters with, it's like an aioli sauce, just a real good, just the perfect amount of tang and savoriness that just blends right through. And you combine that with a nice Arnold Palmer, which I'm guessing everybody knows what an Arnold Palmer is. That's half and half iced tea, half lemonade, and you really got yourself something going there. So fast forward a few years later, we are on what was the name of the cruise line? The crappy one, not Royal Caribbean. What's the other one? With the red flying bridge. Carnival. We're on a Carnival cruise to the Bahamas, like one of those 4-day weekend type cruises. I may have done a video similar to this. I certainly meant to. I hadn't had a pure pina colada from anywhere ever. It seemed like for the longest time, no matter what I did, no matter where I went, I couldn't get just a pina colada. It was always like our take on the pina colada, and the closest thing to it was like a Hawaii colada that you could get at Frenchie's there at Clearwater Beach. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. First thing I did when I got on the ship, because I had the drinking plan, and for those of you who do not know, the drinking plan is, I think you are allotted 17 beverages of anything a day. It's either 15 or 17. So I got the drinking plan. So I was pretty well medicated throughout the whole trip. And fast forward to when we make port in the Bahamas. It wasn't Freeport, it was the other one. I think it was actually Nassau. And we get off the boat, we get in the shuttle, and I don't know if there was like a morning shuttle and an afternoon shuttle. The whole thing's like this blur, because later on we go snorkeling with sea turtles and stuff, but this wasn't then for some reason. Maybe there was 2 days in Nassau. So we get on this shuttle, which it seems like the most stereotypical when you visit a foreign country thing ever. But for whatever reason, there are just millions of these vans out there that have a manual transmission and some sort of a small-ass diesel engine made by who knows who, like Mitsubishi Fuso or something. But anyway, long story short, there's supposedly this big, nice, awesome place with a restaurant, and it's the best conch fritters you've ever had, da-da-da-da-da. Well, we go to this market, and a guy from off the street comes onto the bus, and he's like to the driver, "Hey, Jeffrey, hey, man, yeah, we'll get him going." And literally, they herd us off of the bus straight into a restaurant that has bars on the windows, only one apparent entrance and exit. And I'm like, it's all in a room. There's a bunch of benches. They hand out the menus, and they're like, cash only, da-da-da-da-da, the ATM for the whole island is broke down. Like, there's no internet in the Bahamas while we're there. So the ATM network is down as far as, like, doing debit card processing. I'm being a total freak, not carrying more than, like, $10 cash on my person. And we start looking at the menu, and the drinks are this, and the conch fritters are that. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, you know what? I flat out don't like this. I don't like this situation. I'm like, babe, we're going. We're walking out of this room right now. I'm not having any of it. So we get up, and it's not the only restaurant there. It's a big marketplace in Nassau. For those of you that have visited there before, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's a whole bunch of restaurants. It's like a designated tourist area. And we don't walk. Golly, it doesn't matter. We're walking every 2 feet. Hey, mister. Hey, mister. Oh, pretty lady this. Hey, mister. Hey, oh, pretty lady that. Till finally we get to a place that's a restaurant looking place. Or the guy hunts us down or some such. And he's like, hey, you want conch fritters? Yeah, conch fritters, fine. And he's like, and I said, does your debit card processor work? Can I use my card? He's like, oh yeah, card's fine, man. Come on now. Well, we have us a badass conch fritter meal. It's yummy. I'm drinking these fruit-based Bahama beers like it's my job to dispose of them. Man, they are cheap too. It's like $1 a bottle. Anyway, we get done, and I give him my ATM card, and oh, sorry, man, it's not working. You can go to the ATM. It's one little lane down, one alley down. And I'm like, okay, babe, you stay here. I'm going to go to the ATM. And man, this shady ass looking, I go 2 rows of buildings over. And now all of a sudden I am genuinely, solidly in just an impoverished, awful, like I'm not supposed to be here area. By the way, when you're walking by yourself as a big ass white dude, nobody messes with you. Nobody talks to you. Nobody makes eye contact. Nothing. Like, they like clear a path around me. So I get to this ATM that's two alleys down, and guess what? It's not working because the doggone network is down. So I'm like, well, what the hell? So I go back a little ways, and I just talk to a random person. I'm like, hey, listen, ATM's not working there. What can I do? He's like, there's a bank across the street. So I look, and as I go down another row of alleys, and now I'm heading towards where he pointed me to the bank, and I literally see a man in a canal behind the restaurants pulling conchs out of the water and putting them in buckets. They got 2 buckets there. One bucket has a bunch of ice in it that has that fruity beer that I like, and the other bucket has the conchs that he's literally pulling out of the water right there. A canal that runs through the alley, like 3 alleys down from the restaurant we're eating at. So I'm walking along, and those of you who have been there probably know the exact place I'm talking about. There's like this beach over on the right, and then there's a high fence. And the fence is about 10 feet tall, has razor wire along the top of it, and an opening. And I walk through the fence. I'm out of the tourist area now, and go to the place that they say is the place where the bank. And it looks like an all steel building warehouse. So I go through another fence, another tall fence with razor wire, and there's actually a guard sitting in a chair at the entrance on this other razor wire. I start walking in like I own the place. He doesn't look up, doesn't stop me, doesn't do nothing. We're all good. I go into the bank, which the bank was a room, at like a 10 by 10 room with an ATM machine in it. And I'm like, what in the devil? So I put my card in there. Mercifully it works. And big message comes up, hey, you're going to get charged out the wazoo for this. Do you want Bahama dollars versus US dollars? Now, Bahama dollars and US dollars have a 1-to-1 parity. So I go ahead and I can't remember what the bill was, but I go ahead and get $200 Bahamas because I ain't going to mess around no more. I still have 60 of those dollars. I go back, by the way, because we're on, this is all taking a very long time. And there's shuttles back to the boat, like every 15 minutes. And I'm like, my wife's a little nervous at this point. We go ahead and have another round of those fruity foreign beers. Catch the exact last shuttle back to the boat, and I think what happened was I ate two more pieces of conch fritter. I ate two more conch fritters, and by that time they were just sort of doughy. So that whole experience just may have made those fritters not so good. I'll ask the wife tonight if they were actually good. I guarantee you she was more sober than me. To give you an idea on that drinking plan and how much I used to drink, we were with some friends, and the guy's nickname is Doc, and he goes up to me, he's like, "Ron, I finally did it. I'm at 13. And I'm like, that's pretty good, man. Hang on, let me ask a second. And I'm like, Bill, and it's like the ship is staffed by Filipino people. I'm sure Bill wasn't his real name. I'm like, Bill, what number am I on? And Bill goes, oh, you're at number 15, Mr. Ron. I'm like, keep at it, RJ. Like really handling my drunk well. But I tried some of the craziest drinks, like the whole lot of coladas, a lot of Miami Vices. You know, when it's on the program, why not do like a $6-7 drink? Favorite one I had, this is as an aside, I'd never really had a Michelado before. I really prefer a Michelado over like a Bloody Mary, but Bloody Mary definitely used to be my jam. Always that Bloody Mary first thing in the morning really settled things out, but that's actually a cry for help and a symptom of my sickness there. But yeah, so that's why maybe those conch fritters that we had with our friends in Madeira might be better. But all y'all's other mileage may vary. Maybe if you've been on the same tour, you went ahead and got the conch fritters at the first restaurant that I was too chicken shit to stay at. Let me know if you did. All right. Catch y'all later.